I'm at the home of one of Indonesia's richest men, Ciputra, a Chinese-Indonesian property magnate who not only owns buildings, but also townships in Indonesia and overseas. But when he was in his early 70s, he embarked on a new venture. He started a university that teaches entrepreneurship. Will this be the very remedy that will help turn Indonesia around? I'm Sujadi Siswo and welcome to Conversation with Ciputra in Jakarta, Indonesia. As founder of the eponymous Ciputra Group, this property developer not only owns buildings, but streets and even townships in Indonesia. Citra Raya Surabaya is one of them. The 2,000 hectares township models itself after Singapore, with similarities to several landmarks in the city-state. But these days, this businessman wears a different hat. He founded Ciputra University in Surabaya to teach entrepreneurship to young people who will in turn create jobs for fellow Indonesians after they graduate. At the 2010 convocation, the first batch of 145 graduates started businesses that helped create more than 900 jobs in Indonesia. It is Ciputra's dream that there will be at least 4 million entrepreneurs in 25 years' time. I was at the graduation of that first batch of university graduates producing entrepreneurs, as you have pointed out. And almost everyone has a business startup. But I suppose, you cannot guarantee that their business can be successful, isn't it?
You are right. Cannot guarantee. I am happy if already 50% of them will start their own company. And the rest maybe will be housewife or working for somebody else. But if gender system, 90% or 99%, they can become employees. Who will create opportunity? Who will create job? When we select them, we told them already in the specification. You come here to become entrepreneur, not to become employees. You must have the patience, the capability to become entrepreneur, creating job, creating new company. So they know already.
No university, including Ciputra University, can teach the students how to fail in business.
You are right.
But many entrepreneurs, I believe, including you, believe that failure is a litmus test to be a successful entrepreneur.
You are right.
You share those views?
You are right. Maybe we teach them or we train them only 30%. We just give them inspiration, motivation, empower them. And the rest they have to find by themselves. Even Harvard cannot teach them. They have to teach by themselves. They have to train by themselves. Experience is the best teacher. But we give them experience and motivation, and you'll see who has the talent. They will develop by themselves.
Most of the students from the universities, from your university in particular, do not come from poor family. And for example, you, Pachi, you and often you had to run your own family sundry shop when you were young. The younger generations doesn't come from that hardship anymore. How can they have this drive to succeed or even face failure later and rise from that?
Not necessary. Only poor family has the drive. Rich family can have drive. Like my grandson. One of my grandson is so hungry for success. He went to university to study business entrepreneurship. He's so hungry. the situation, the environment will create them, hungry or not hungry.
There are various definitions of an entrepreneurship, of an entrepreneur. I mean, what is your own definition of an entrepreneur?
I make it popular. It means that creating from garbage become gold. Yeah, garbage become gold. Creating something from nothing become valuable. That's my definition. If a person can change the garbage, become gold, he's an entrepreneur.
Besides the university that you developed to produce entrepreneurs, I believe there are other ways that you're trying to create this entrepreneurship spirit across a wide spectrum of the Indonesian society. That includes other universities as well. What are the programs you have put in place for the past few years, Baji?
You are right. Entrepreneur must be trained from the preschool, elementary school, high school until the university. So I have built co-builder of 3 universities in Indonesia, also 12 elementary until high school. But it's not enough to help Indonesia become entrepreneur country with minimum 2% of population. It means 5 million. So I help also to train the lecturer from Jadid University. So we have already trained 2,000 lecturers from Jadid University, and 20 already been sent to Yan State to be trained there for 6 months, become lecturer of entrepreneur. With that doing, actually spreading entrepreneur to whole Indonesia.
Ciputra has come a long way growing up in a poor village in Sulawesi. A self-made entrepreneur, Ciputra flourished under Suharto's rule. It was in the 1970s that he built Taman Impian Jaya Ancol, which was dubbed as Indonesia's Disneyland. Ciputra entered into a partnership with the former governor of Jakarta to build this recreation center. Today, it is still popular with the locals. In the 1990s, rich Chinese Indonesians were often frowned upon, as it has been said that 5% of ethnic Chinese used to control 75% of the economy. Chinese Indonesians were often criticized for having a cozy relationship with the authorities. Let me just go back a little bit, Pachi, in your history. You are among a group of entrepreneurs in Indonesia who became successful during the President Suharto's era. But yet there were allegations that success was derived partly to this patron-client relationship that entrepreneurs had with the late President Suharto. How would you describe your relationship with the political leadership then, during the President Suharto's era?
My philosophy is like this. If we depend to the government, it means we are not sustainable, cannot continue. So from that time, I know already that I must be independent, and I have proved that one. During Suharto time, I am successful. During Sukarno time, I am successful. I am Suharto time, and now I'm independent, so I'm happy with that philosophy. Don't depend to a person, but depend to the market oriented.
Tell us a little bit more. How were you able to persuade, influence, encourage the Jakarta administration to develop Ancol? I mean, that was a big risk that you and the Jaya Group took, isn't it? To develop the biggest recreational park in Indonesia.
Actually, the recreation park in Ancol came the idea from late President Sukarno. He decided the master plan must be for recreation. And that time, they give the authority They give the duty to the municipality, governor of Jakarta to build that recreation. Then come the revolution in year, the order baru come 68.
Yeah.
And the project been neglected. So I see this opportunity. So I come to the governor of Jakarta. I said, let we make a joint venture to do it. And then we make joint venture. That time, the land owned by the municipality, but the authority who run has debts, and the project already been stopped. And I told to the government, let I do it. I will arrange my finance. I'm also going to borrow from the bank. If loss, I'm going to pay, not the government. But when we make profit, you will enjoy. And I see the opportunity because Jakarta has, or Indonesia has so many populations, we need a recreation park. And now we have visitor of about 14 million, more than 14 million people per year, because our population is very big. Thus I see there the opportunity.
Pak Chi, your housing and township developments, as we see across Indonesia, mainly for middle and upper class Indonesians. Of course, statistically, those in that category are mostly ethnic Chinese. Have you been perceived by some Indonesians as building houses or towns for ethnic Chinese Indonesians?
Most, of course, are the middle up income. But I have two projects. It's really for common people, for the low income. That's Ciputra Raya and Ciputra Indah. Both are total about 1,000 hectares. And we are building in two projects more than 4,000 low-cost housing every year. But landed. The price only 60 million. It means only $7,000 per house.
1998 riot. Those were very dark years for many Indonesians. I suppose including ethnic Chinese Indonesians who are said to be targeted. Were you and your property were targeted?
No damage at all. They are around the fence, but not come in the fence. I am really lucky. As I mentioned, God protect. I stay here. I don't run to Singapore. My friend a lot, they like to go to Singapore, but they end up in Sydney. But I stay here.
That's very interesting because, like you said, a lot of ethnic Chinese Indonesians decided to flee for their safety. But you believe, and you said that you feel safe here. What is that confidence based on?
First, I love Indonesia. Second, I have faith for Indonesia. So I think that God is going to protect me. I stay here, and I am lucky.
How has the business environment changed post-reform era? Has it been the same? We're talking about post-Suharto era. Has the business climate changed drastically?
Now, all it changed drastically. But I understand still corruption happen. But the philosophy all total change. And I think we are going to good direction.
Corruption has not changed pretty much?
Still exists, but step by step. Because we need one generation to change that one.
A lot of people said it is quite difficult to do business in Indonesia. One, because there's no legal clarity. Second, of course, the level of corruption is very high. There's no transparency in terms of transactions. You think that has changed a bit? Or is it moving too slow for you in terms of change for the business environment?
But I feel this rather slow. I'd like to have faster. But it's why this country has not that spirit of entrepreneur.
Compared to, for example, during the Suharto era, is it easier, more transparent to do business in Indonesia now?
The first state of Swart time, the first 20 years is good, but not the last 10 years.
Why is that so?
Maybe nepotism. Yeah, you are Japanese. Suharto sings about his children, but I don't like to talk in the past. That we sing from now on. This is doing well now.
It's no secret that Ciputra enjoys art. Statues of galloping horses have come to symbolize some Ciputra's key properties. In this home, copies of the late Indonesian artist Hendra Gunawan's paintings adorn the dining area. Some say Ciputra owns the bulk of Hendra Gunawan's original artwork, most of which are stored outside Indonesia. What do you see in his paintings, in his works? Because he is such a controversial artist for Indonesia. He was jailed. He was said to have links with the communists during that time. But beyond that, what do you see in his work?
I see that first his object always common people. Second, his composition, the proportional and the color. First he put sketch, and then he finalize it, and then the finishing. That's all. A lot of talent. Like in trance, spontaneously, not do like the other painter, do it many times. No, he's spontaneously. For me, he's the greatest painter of Indonesia.
But you are the largest collector of Hendra Gunawan's works in Indonesia.
Maybe. His painting may more than 300. I own maybe more than 100.
And these paintings are here with you?
The original not here, in your country or in Singapore. Because there you have a safety box with humidity regulation and temperature. But now we are building the Ciputra World Super Block will include a small museum. I hope that painting, original one, I can bring back to Indonesia to open for the public here.
The paintings, the Hendra Gunawan works that we see in your house now, so that's not original?
There's laser printing. But laser printing, if you don't see it close, more than 10 meters, you don't know difference. Total, you cannot see it. You must be close. Actually the same, but your feeling is different as original and painting and printing.
Have you checked what's the market value for your Hendra Gunawan's works?
I don't know, because that's more. I never check because that's not for sales. It's painting you own like your own children. A lot of value, but not, you cannot sell it. But your feeling sometimes very important than material.
Not everything in the world is for transactions.
Yes, you are right. Like your children. You own it, but not for transaction.
I see some handprint on some of the objects in your house. Is that yours?
That's
what
mine.
Does it represent?
When I told my children, don't sell this piece. Yeah, keep it here. And we are part of the museum that we are going to build, including this house. The column I put over there, I mean, this house not for sales.
Pakcik, let's go back to business. You have practically handed down your business empire to your children. There's been talk that even your son-in-law, Pak Aruna Riyadi, is one of the heir to the throne. How are you managing this process of transferring your business down to your children?
that I like to transfer as soon as possible to them. So I have a chance to supervise them. If I translate first, I cannot supervise them. Second, they also get boring. If they need my help, I help them. So my time, I have already helped my children, my family. I like to help for whole Indonesia now. Because my life is not boring.
Is there one particular philosophy that you have particularly told your children that you have to do this and not the other way?
We come to the consensus, the property as developer is our main business. And the rest of that depend to them what they like to do it. They are free to do another business. So long they do it with carefully, they make a good calculation, preparing, they can do it.
Your grandchildren,
No.
are you expecting them to continue the business empire?
Yes, I expect them to continue the property business and also other business what they like to do it. I give them the know-how, how to do it. The mindset I try to give to them. And from mindset of entrepreneurship, innovation, and creativity. And then they develop by themselves.
Pachi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Ciputra has been through the defining events in Indonesia, the Dutch and Japanese occupations, independence, and the riots of May 1998. But he is not one who dwells in the past. Instead, he prefers to look to the future, to create entrepreneurs for Indonesia. Will he succeed? Well, given his age, it is very unlikely that he will see the fruits of his labor. But he is certainly poised to leave a legacy that will benefit the future generations of Indonesians.